Welcome back to Doom. In the last part, we made some headway into Showstopper and repelled Ada's attack and got ready for an offense. This time, we are going to go out on said offense and capture ourselves some bases that will help us in said offense. Standing in our way of said offense is the 8 mini-cannons. Our objective here is to destroy them utterly. 8 mini-cannons. Each one has as much health as a pipe seam. So effectively, what we're doing here is 8 factory missions in one. Yeah! And it's inevitable that some of your units are going to get hit by mini-cannons. Just to recap, cannons always go for the most expensive unit within their attack range. If there are multiple units with equal cost, they will hit the one that has more HP. And they can't attack units that are hidden in woods or reefs. This is in Fog of War maps. In non-fog maps, they can shoot whoever they want. Now, yeah, once again, they have as much health as a pipe seam, 99, and, yeah. The only things that can pretty much take them out in one hit are... I don't think Sonya has anything that can take them out in one hit, to be honest, but, what our main goal is going to be is to get ourselves some rockets. Rockets can hit the cannons from outside their range and pretty much two-shot them. You also don't need to worry about Sonya's bad luck against static targets like cannons, because you always do exactly as much damage as your percentage says. So, yeah. Now, what we also want is eventually we're going to want medium tanks, because medium tanks will pretty much crush stupid rockets. Hey, oh, what? You've already got your super? Really? Yeah, so how many times did Ada use his suit? Well, he's only used it twice, but still, I mean... Yeah, this is the annoying thing about Ada. When he's got a whole lot of expensive units, then he's going to get his power very, very quickly. So, something's moving. I can't quite tell what, but... Okay, I'm a little suspicious. I have my normal, but I'm not going to use that just here. Now, we now are the proud owner of 2 bases that are relatively close to the fortress. This is going to be relatively, I mean, really, really helpful. Now, we're concentrating most of our forces on the upper part here. Again, make sure you hide in the woods. Now, regular tanks are generally not enough to take out mini-cannons, but, hopefully they should be able to bait the enemy into coming forward, because the enemy still has a lot more forces that we have to contend with. I think that artillery is going to be out of range. Now, the reason why I'm sending an anti-air unit up this way, oh, you'll find out in a bit. Yep, let's just say that that bomber surprise that happened earlier on is not the last we'll be seeing here. Like, okay, seriously, I have looked at, like, after I finished this mission, I looked at a walkthrough that has the full maps for campaign mode, and for the Fog of War maps, you can actually look at what the map looks like with the Fog of War removed, and believe me, you probably don't want to see what this map looks like without fog, because the amount of forces that Ada starts with will probably make you faint, just by looking at them. Oh, yeah, it's so annoying. Anyway, now as you can see, I'm starting to make some APCs. These are for several reasons. One, so I can reach the outlying cities and get to work on finding that lab map. Secondly, units that are inside transports are safe from cannon fire. If a cannon hits the transport, then, okay, I'm pretty sure that APC is not loaded, because if it is, I'm in real trouble. But if it's not, well, Ada is just an idiot. It's running low on fuel anyway. Hi, APC, please die. Again, speaking of APCs, I must remind you all that as much as the AI had a fetish for APCs in the first game, not so much now. Now the AI will only prioritize loaded transports above all else. That can still be used as a decoy. Just be warned that it might hurt your technique ranking, because if a loaded transport gets destroyed, you lose the unit inside it. So you will be losing 2 units in one go. Okay, I need to move that artillery 1 space forward. Or a couple of spaces forward. Okay, and hide my anti-air. Also, by the way, another annoying thing about this map. This map is so big that your units actually seriously run the risk of running out of fuel just crossing the damn thing. Yep. Oh, they give you so many reasons to hate this map, don't they? Oh, boy. Yep, this mission is very, very annoying. I'll be very glad to be done with this one. As you can probably tell, considering that if you've seen the length of the last part and this one, This one took me an hour. Yep, a good solid hour. Yeah, me voicing my hatred for this mission is going to be a running theme. Oh boy. And yes, good thing I went in the mountains because that thing's going to hit me. Oh, damn it. But anyway, yes, Ada does have rocket traps around his fortress. You'll have to be wary of that, but again, Sonya's increased vision range does help in scouting in advance, so make sure that you send units in the mountains just to scout out those indirect units. And, yeah. Now, like I'm saying, what we want here is rockets. We want rockets, and we want medium tanks. We want to be really splurging out for the big guns here, because, they are the best thing at taking out the enemy's big guns. But, yeah, another infantry, oh well, okay. So, let's see what Ada's power meter is looking like. Okay, he hasn't got any. Ow, that was in cannon range? And that thing is probably going to die now that I think about it. Oh, just survived! You, sir, are getting a medal. You, sir, provided vital reconnaissance. And, yeah, you're getting a medal for that. Wow, I'm already very far into my power meter. Now, we don't actually need to destroy that lander, so just ignore it, pretty much. Now, you actually can't win this mission by route. It's either capture the headquarters or destroy all 8 mini-cannons. Nothing else will work, so, yeah. Now, again, though, you'll want to hold off fulfilling your objective until you've got the lab map, because if you leave this mission without the lab map, the lab mission is lost forever, and with it, the ability for Yellow Comet to create Neo-tanks. Hey, look! It's a bomber! It's actually running low on fuel, so, technically speaking, if we left it there, it would probably just die on its own, but, hey, I'm not one for that. But anyway, artillery are also quite useful if you want a cheap method of taking out mini-cannons, because artillery, and indirect units in general, actually do quite a lot of damage to cannons. And that's going to take you out 2 hits, except that I'm going to get shot by the mini-cannon between then. But anyway, my infantry here are actually going to be safe so long as the more expensive units are in cannon range. Just try not to, yeah, you got to be careful of putting your things in range of multiple cannons. Now, the annoying thing about this recording is, Past me actually forgot where the lab map was. Past me, idiot that he is, thought the lab map was in one of the 2 cities that are right next to the headquarters. Turns out it wasn't. It's actually in one of the lower cities. I'll show you which one it is once we actually get into that part of the map, but believe me, you'll know when you see it. It is actually within mini-cannon range, so that's really annoying. You'll probably want to take that thing out before you start capturing. And, yeah, I will show you once we get to it. Yeah, you'll see it when we see it, but the thing about this one is, the objective here is either destroy the 8 mini-cannons or capture the headquarters. The headquarters is very, very heavily guarded, but the funny thing is, by the time you've actually built up enough forces to actually destroy the cannons, you probably have enough of a force to attack his headquarters. So I actually find that both mission objectives are actually equally viable here, and I'd rate them as both equally difficult. In most missions here that have 2 objectives, usually one of them is a lot harder than the other, but in this one, I'd reckon they're both equal. I like to still go for destroying the mini-cannons though, just because I want to destroy this thing as much as possible! This fortress must pay for all of my pain. Anyway, make sure you keep your rockets out of cannon range. Fortunately though, we've made headway. 1 cannon is down. So, we are doing reasonably well. And was that exactly enough? Nice one. 2 cannons down. Excellent. So, we're making some progress here. 2 cannons are down. Now time to work on a 3rd. But yes, artillery are actually quite useful here. Again, indirect units in general. And the good thing about those cannons is you can see them regardless of the fog, so that's always nice. So you'll always be able to shoot them regardless of what you can see. And again, the fortress itself is completely impassable. Oh, by the way, those 2 cities up north, neither of them has the lab map. The lab map is down south, and I'll show you where it is once we get there. But we'll be swinging some APCs around there, and watching out for that bomber. But yes, we are well and truly on the offense here, but we're not out of the woods yet. Definitely not out of the woods yet. Those two cannons to the south, the only ones we can see at this point, I'm actually quite worried about those two. I'm going to have to take them out quite quickly if my lower base is actually going to make a difference in this mission. So I'd better get cracking on that. Once again, rockets and medium tanks. I can't iterate this enough. Rockets and medium tanks. In fact, I have enough money for a rocket every turn. And one more base and I'll have enough money for a medium tank every turn. Also, you might notice it's going into like, oh crap, hidden rockets. I hate hidden rockets. Yeah, of course, you gotta watch out for hidden rockets. Now I know they're in the forest somewhere. The only question is where. Now, that bomber, how close is it to dying on its own accord? Okay, got you. Now I have an income of 16,000 and can produce medium tanks every turn. So that's useful. I need to advance my artillery a little bit so I can take out those top two cannons. You know what? Die, bomber. I'm not going to have you ambushing me. You are going down. And, where is that rocket? And I have my super. Now, the cool thing about Sonya's super is, because it doesn't actually really benefit her on the offense, it's one of those powers where it doesn't actually matter when in the turn you use it. So, no matter what, oh, there you are! I found you! Now, prepare to die! Sorry, this mission has driven me a little insane, if you can't already tell. And I'm going to need a lot more anti-air, because there are a lot of copters here. Anyway, die! Ha ha! Ha! You are exploded in tiny pieces on the ground, and I am laughing at you! Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, excuse that. I just really don't like surprise ambush rockets. The only thing that's probably worse is surprise bombers. But still. So, we are making a little progress here. We're pushing it forward a bit, and we don't want to push forward too much because otherwise we're going to get shot by cannons. Do not go there, you will be killed by cannons! Despite the fact that cannons can't actually kill you. They will only leave you on 1 HP. And holy crap, I did not realize that Sonya's missiles have a vision range of 7. Which actually makes them quite useful in Fog of War when there are no air units around, just so they can actually act as scouting units, really. Now, yeah, we're kind of going to need to leapfrog from forest to forest here. And I think I see a point where my APC can go. You know what? I could really use a join right about now. More tanks. And, okay. So you can tell the total number of units that your opponent has, but you can't tell exactly how many they have left at this point, and you can't tell what they are, and for some reason it'll tell you how many cities they have, but it won't tell you their income, despite the fact that you can very easily calculate their income from the number of cities they have. But, yeah. Okay, now you might notice that one of my APCs just got shot by a cannon. Here I was saying that the AI didn't have a fetish for APCs. Basically, yeah, this goes to show that the infantry inside does not take any damage from the cannon, so don't worry about that. That is one of the main reasons why APCs are so good here. Okay, yeah, you may have got taken out, but seriously, okay, you two tank units, you're both heroes. You took out those stupid rockets. And I give you medals for that. Medals that, yep, definitely going to be posthumous. Sorry about that. Yep, posthumous medals for both of you. Wow, that's a lot of helicopters. Believe me, yep, they're swarming all over us like flies. And oh, no you don't. You're not advancing your artillery into me today. No, sir. Hello, copter. Oh, I thought it would survive. Oh, it survived just barely, too. Maybe that was Sonya's bad luck. I don't know. But, fortunately, I will be able to take that thing out with just about anything, so yeah. Even the 3 HP recon could probably do it. The problem is the 3 HP recon is probably going to die to the bomber, and I want to conserve my technique score. Yeah, still going to capture that property in 3 turns regardless, so no use joining there. I don't think he has anything in those woods there, but just being very, very careful. Be very quiet. We're hunting cannons. I don't know why I even said that. Yeah, this mission has driven me insane, basically. Yeah, I really don't like this one. Yeah. APC here. 3 APCs worth of infantry. Actually, okay. Look at the city that's right on the left-hand edge of the screen right now. The furthest to the left city you see there, down in the south there, near the 2 mini cannons on the bottom left-hand corner of the fortress, that has the map. Yep, that is the one with the map, so we're going to have to be a bit careful there, because we're going to have to take those 2 cannons out before we start capturing, but again, be sure you don't finish this mission before you get the map, because otherwise you will live to regret it. And Yellow Comet will mourn the loss of Neo-Tanks. As much as Sensei and Sonya aren't that good with Neo-Tanks, Kanbei, well, Kanbei's Neo-Tanks are truly a sight to behold. And you might be wondering, wow, it's been 20 days already, you're going to get a terrible speed ranking. Actually, maybe not so much. I probably am going to get a less than perfect speed score, but it's not actually going to be that terrible, because they expect you to take a lot of time on this one, they really do. And they give you quite a lenient speed requirement, as they do with a lot of these. That's bad, okay. Yeah, I thought I'd go down to 4. Oh, well. And yes, APCs are also useful due to the fact that, once again, this map is so large that you seriously run the risk of running out of fuel just by crossing it. This map is so annoying. So, okay, so once again I'm running out of things to say here, just that, yeah, Adder is definitely not done yet. He's got a lot of forces defending his headquarters, but we are progressing with destroying the mini-cannons. I guess I should mention, I haven't actually talked about Sonya's theme yet. Sonya's theme is actually pretty, well, it's interesting. I know that a lot of people don't like Sonya's theme. I can kind of see why. I mean, it is very, it's kind of out of place for a game like this. I mean, the thing about Grit, I mean, there is Grit's theme. Grit is really out of place, but it just feels all the more awesome for it, and it really suits his laid-back attitude. Sonya's kind of feels out of place, maybe in a bad way. At least this is not nearly as mood-clashy as Sasha's in Dual Strike. Seriously. Okay, I mean, like, Sasha's in Dual Strike is, pretty mood-clashy, but the one that's even worse is, Cattleya/Isabella in Days of Ruin. Seriously, her theme is so overly happy, especially, like, admittedly, Sonya and Sasha's, given that the overall tone of these Advance Wars games is much more bright and much less dark, you can kind of get away with having themes like Sonya's and Sasha's. Cattleya's, though, it's extremely overly happy and bright in an extremely dark game, so that one really does kind of suffer. Kind of funny though, because Cattleya is ridiculously good in that game, though annoyingly you can't actually use her in campaign mode. Okay, another cannon bites the dust. Just 4 more remaining. Yes, we are only halfway there. So yeah, just to recap. You really don't want to rush into this mission without really knowing what you're getting into, and believe me, you're getting into something really, really annoying. Yeah, I definitely think this mission is easily on my top 5 list of toughest ones in the game. It really is. And the fact that it comes so early, again, this is probably like a good thing I'm in a forest there, because that thing would have really hurt me if I wasn't. Very careful of those mini cannons, and be even more careful because I have a feeling that Ada has more. Oh, speaking of which, yep, speaking of the devil, medium tank. Yeah, that's bad, very bad. Surprise, medium tank. Oh, don't you just love that? Ugh. Only thing worse than that is probably surprise Wyvern Lords in that desert chapter in Fire Emblem 6. Yeah, this chapter is bringing back so many bad memories. It brings back bad memories of chapters from other games. Oh, yeah, still hands down the single worst desert chapter in the entire series, and probably one of the reasons why I dislike Fire Emblem 6 so much. That mission. That chapter, I mean. Oh, boy. Fog of War and Desert do not mix. Just saying, Intelligent Systems. Fog of War and Desert and a forced deployment of a really, really, really weak character, along with massive amounts of Wyvern Lords and multiple bosses, yeah. None of that mixes. You might want to not go there. You might... Okay, past me. Past me, hello, past me, you're an idiot. You might want to go up into those forests. But, yeah, I reckon past me was just anxious to get rid of that artillery because, you know what, I was going to mech it anyway. Well. Tank goes there. And we're advancing on the top here. It's kind of funny because in a lot of my attempts at this mission, I actually advance more on the lower end. Seems like I'm not actually doing that this time. Kind of weird. I usually like to go on the lower part. Mostly because, yes, the factory map is close there, and yes, in the city that's right next to the medium tank, that's where the map is. Of course. Oh, no, not again. Yeah, okay, whenever you're fighting Ada, get used to seeing your superpower a lot. Yeah. At this point, it's more annoying than it is dangerous, but still, considering that it's mostly being used on indirect units that aren't really going to benefit from it because they're not going to be moving anyway, yep. Congratulations, past me. You just lost a lot of lives there with that stupid decision. Oh well. Yeah, also get used to hearing the black hole superpower theme whenever Ada is around. Hi, 1 HP copter, you're not going to do anything to me. See, told you. Hi, full HP medium tank, you are definitely going to do stuff to me. Yep, dead, of course. Okay, I'm a little paranoid. Okay, good, I have my own medium tank, and rockets, and artillery. Perfect. Okay, that medium tank has, haha, fallen right into my trap, as Sonya would probably say. Yeah, I'll just say Sonya meant to do that. Yeah, totally meant to do that. Anyway. Right. Okay, that medium tank is actually in range of that thing there, so I'll hit you with the rocket. Go down there and smash you! Okay, we do equal damage, that's interesting. And now that I've taken that thing out, the lower base that I have will be much more unopposed to produce units, and that's going to be very helpful. Because if I can get some rockets out of there, they're going to be in a perfect position to take out the bottom cannons. But, yeah, we're getting quite close. So, now, the end is relatively in sight. Let's just shoot you and render you a non-issue. Have I mentioned how much I love the way yellow core medium tanks look? They're just very, very cool, I will admit. And speaking of random things that I can mention to stall for time, I don't think I've talked about Ada's theme, have I? I do admit that, yeah, Ada does have a pretty cool theme. It kind of fits the general musical style of Black Hole. It also kind of fits the whole sort of snake-like theme he has going on. And it sort of fits that, I don't know, that sort of aura of sort of terror tactics he has around him. I don't know, but I admit it is pretty cool. I mean, it's not nearly as catchy as Lash's theme. Lash's theme is very, very catchy. I really do like Lash's theme. It is pretty cool. And I will admit that out of all the Black Hole themes, Flak's theme, I really don't like it all that much, but I guess that's intentional because Flak is meant to come off as a complete moron, and his theme even emphasizes that pretty much. It basically just screams generic early game villain who's not a threat, but still. And of course there's one more Black Hole theme, well actually two more Black Hole themes, and both of them are awesome, but we won't be getting into those until much, much later in the game. So yeah, this mission is quite difficult. We actually won't have another mission this hard for a very long time, and I mean a really long time, actually. Very, very long time. I should have saved my funds for producing a rocket on the lower base. That was stupid. But anyway, we certainly have a very big force. Probably enough of a force to... Oh, stupid rockets. Should have seen that coming, shouldn't I? We probably have enough force to actually assault the headquarters, but, hello, I'm Mr. Not Being Able to Do Anything, helicopter, Yeah, oh how the mighty have fallen. Remember when those 3 helicopters used to scare me? Not anymore. Is in sight, and if you've noticed that, I'm actually in total vision range of the 2 cities that I need, well, one of the cities that I need to capture for the lab map. Unfortunately, past me was a moron here. Past me thought the lab map was in one of the 2 cities right next to the headquarters. Admittedly, given how incredibly dickish they've been with this map so far, I would not put it past them to put the lab map in one of those 2, believe me. I also forgot to mention, this is actually the second, okay, there are only 4 lab maps, but this is actually the second last lab map we'll be finding. The last lab map, though, oh boy, that one is a major guide, dang it. Oh, we'll be getting to that one soon enough, and even worse, just like this, it's also placed in the mission that a lot of people have trouble with. They just love to put the lab maps in the more annoying missions, don't they? Massive overkill! Oh, I love it. Yeah, call it overkill if you want. This mission deserves it. Yeah, I'm running away now. Those rockets are extremely annoying, and I really want to kill them. Like, badly. I've never wanted to kill a unit anymore in my life. Well, except, maybe wyverns. Yeah, wyverns. Exactly. Oh, thank God Advance Wars doesn't have any kind of wyvern equivalent. Like, I mean, they have fighters, but they can't attack everything with 2 range. Pfft. Yikes, if Advance Wars did have a wyvern equivalent, that would just be terrifying. Oh, wow, I really should not have thought that up. Please, Intelligent Systems, please don't be listening. I would not put it past you to actually do that, but anyway. Now, just to make sure that I'm going to see, plus to actually show off Sonya's normal power, I want to make sure there's nothing else hidden near Ada's headquarters, and there is not. Okay, perfect. Now, you'll see past me be a complete derp here, and start shoving, APCs of infantry next to these rockets, because, yeah. Hey, past me! Just a pro tip, the lab map is actually right next to you, not that you realise. Anyway, take out these, well, damage these rockets at the very least. Let's do a little more damage to these rockets. A little more damage. Okay, you'll waste a lot of money trying to repair these. And I just realised I don't think Ada has any production facilities left. I guess that's actually the one break this map gives you, is that Ada has a huge pre-deployed force to start with, but he actually has no production facilities, and unless he captures the 2 bases that are close to you, he won't be able to produce any more units, apart from a few ineffectual landers up the top port. Now, I actually do believe that if you fail this mission, the lost dialogue, which actually usually gives you hints as to how to go about doing the mission next time, the hints you get in the failure dialogue, I believe, actually mention this. I think I briefly remember it. The fact that the hints say that while Ada does have a very large force to start off with, he actually has no deployment facilities outside of capturing yours. If you stop him from capturing yours, not yours, if you stop him from capturing the 2 that are near you, he won't be able to create any more units, and you really need to do that early, otherwise you will be in serious pain. And yeah, the medium tank a day keeps the cannons away, and by away, I mean in pieces dead. Oh, 24 turns. Normally, I would just hate myself for having 24 turns on something like this, but I don't really care. This mission really is lenient with the speed rating, and I only have 2 mini cannons left to destroy. So, my inventory are stupidly going to start capturing these. Oh, the lab map has got to be one of these, right? Now, funny thing is, I have this feeling that in hard mode, the lab map is in one of the cities that are near the headquarters. I'm not entirely sure, correct me if I'm wrong. I get this feeling that they are there in hard mode. So maybe I'm used to the hard campaign version of this mission. Maybe not, I'm not sure, but I could actually try capturing the headquarters right now if I wanted to, and funnily enough, it'd probably serve me, actually no, I reckon I probably would be able to take out the cannons in the time it would take me to, capture the headquarters. 2 turns. Yeah, I probably will be able to take out the cannons in 2 turns. So, yeah. Okay, 1 cannon left, and, I probably will be able to take it out next turn, actually. So, oh, so close to being done with this blasted mission. Oh, I am so going to be thankful when this is all over. Because the next few missions... Oh, wow. Oh, that's bad. Okay, good thing I saw that. Because otherwise that could have caused problems. Definitely going to take out this mini cannon next turn, though. And with that, the mission will be over. But, unfortunately, I'm going to have to delay things a little until I capture one of the cities. So, did end up taking a few more turns than I would have liked. Yeah, I could have got a slightly better speed ranking if I had realised where the map was. Once again, though, I made it a challenge not to look up any guides when I was doing this, so I was only going off my own memory here, and while I do very clearly remember the location of the Green Earth map, very clearly, once you've found out where the Green Earth map is, You'll never forget it for the rest of your life, trust me. Oh, we'll get to that later. We'll get to that much later, but we will get to that later. Oh, wow, yep. Just a heads up, the Green Earth Lab map. Really? Really, Ada? Are you serious? Rockets to rockets, that's not going to be good. But, yeah, we're almost there. Almost there. You're shooting the unit that poses zero threat to your mini-cannons. Really? Wow, you derped pretty hard there, didn't you? Now, watch past me be incredibly annoyed. No map. Oh well, maybe it's in this one. No map. Whoops! Yep, it was in this one. This city that I'm going to capture right now, that is the one with the lab map, and because of that, I'm going to have to take one more turn than I normally would in this mission. Yep, if past me had remembered where that lab map was, I would have been able to do this a bit faster, so, yeah. Take note of that, everyone who's playing this, remember that the lab map is there. Now, by the way, the reason why I'm looking at the terms here is because I was worried that if I routed Ada, that the mission would immediately end before I had a chance to get the lab map. Turns out it doesn't. Now, the thing is, I wouldn't have even had to worry about a route anyway, because he still has his lander. And I totally forgot, oh wow, I can leave this one on 1 HP. Yes, please. I'd want to humiliate you as much as physically possible. But yeah, he still has that lander, so he is not actually routed here. Okay, one more turn, and it'll all be over. Phew. And we got it. You'll know when you've got the map, when the dialogue shows up immediately. So, we now have the lab map. Kind of weird that they'd actually have these to begin with. I guess their troops need their information as to where the lab is, but, Anyway, we have to do something with this. Yep, you said it right, Sonia. This mission is a total mess. But it's over now! Yes! Finally! The fortress is down! And I can finally finish this godforsaken mission! Yes! Oh! Sweet, sweet relief! Sweet relief. This one was not, really. This was not hard, believe me. I guess Sonia was alright. Kanbei would have been able to take out the cannons easier and weather the initial defensive onslaught, so maybe Kanbei would have been better here, but at least the fog helps show off this. Anyway, we get a new artwork for this one, and let's see how he did. Probably not so well. Okay, max score on power, almost perfect on technique, and only a little lower on speed. I get this feeling that I would have got 98 on speed had I finished one turn earlier. But that was actually a very good score for taking 27 turns, so I'm fine with that. And we now have unlocked the lab mission, and I'll see you for that next time. I'm free! I'm finally free! I finally don't have to do that mission again! Ah! Ah, what could possibly be worse than that? At least the worst is behind us. Or not. There is the final mission, which, yeah, is a pretty big thing, which I'm not looking forward to either. I'll see you later.